Okay, we've had a little break. I went to my meeting and I went to my workout and I'm back. So I'm going to pick it up from where we left off. So I was looking at chart 156, and what we wanted to do was some shape fitting. Just talk about unplanned topic, but it is planned. It is part of it, and it's called shape fitting, and it has to do with fitting the shape to, which fret is it. It's usually down to 1 or 2 frets. So you have to pick a note in that chord or arpeggio, usually a familiar chord that you're trying to play, a root chord or a second inversion chord or even first inversion, and you find the number that matches up. So I have like a 3 and a 4 here. Well, okay, 3, 5, 7. 3, 5, 7 is well, here's 3, 5. That's the bottom part. That's the bottom third in a Phrygian, and then 4, 6 is the bottom third in a Lydian. So if you're trying to play a Lydian, you're going to start on the 4. If you're trying to play an E minor, let's say, or in the key of D, okay, the third would be F sharp minor, would it not? In the key of D. So if root is D, because this is why I drew these things in the first place, is to deal with the situation that when we have our fret nut, it's a capo for me, fret nut for you. If we want to do a D, okay, if we want to play in the key of D, here's your regular D anyway. Right? We're shaking that head. So E would become the second of D. The third of D would be the F sharp here. So if we wanted to play an F sharp minor, it would be F sharp A, C sharp, right? Or 3, 5, 7. The C sharp is the 7th, and then root again to the D. So it would be 3, 5, 7. Here's a 3, here's a 5, but where'd our 7 go? So this is what I'm talking about. If you could magically just extend your strings down to here, let's say, so now you could play an E-shaped D too, right? You'd want to borrow that. Sounds good. It's like a blur to me. So E goes to D encaged. Where does D go to? Starts C all over again. There's your C-shaped D. Here's the C-shaped D chord arpeggiated. Whoops. With that F sharp up there. So if we wanted to play that 3, we can't, because the 7 isn't down there. Let me just show you what I mean. So we're looking at a D. We're going to have to go up here. Okay, so this is what we were doing. We had a fret nut right here. Now see how versatile this is? Let's get a better color. I got an orange maybe. Okay, now when I go back, it's not going to undo the color. Okay, so that's our fret nut, and this is our virtual guitar here. So you see how you can use the diagram? Wherever you put the fret nut, that's just the guitar right there. This is E, and it's the second in the key of D. Here's D, 5 root 3, up here. So that would be like this situation. All right, well, let's say I have a magic guitar, and we can get this extra fret down here. So I'll just take the fret off. It's 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 root 3, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3. All right, starting from, this is the key of D rather. So now we can get that 3 if we wanted to play a F sharp minor, which is a third minor in the key of D. So it's going to go 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7 right there. That's how we would play it. It would be a G minor shaped F sharp minor. G minor shaped Phrygian third F sharp minor in the key of G. Okay, G minor shaped. So shape fitting would be, hey, well, what's the third minor? It's 3, 5, 7 in the key of D. It's up 1. Okay, so it's F sharp, A, C sharp. All right. So we would go back to our other diagram here. We'd have our G sharp minor, but guess what? We can't get it. We don't have a G sharp minor shaped chord if we have the fret nut there, right here. Let's get our fret nut again. So what are we going to do? We're going to take the next cage up. Now, there are other things we can do. I want to talk about the B shape. But we're going to have to take the next cage up. Take the next train to Clarksville here. So we got 3 to 5 instead of the G minor shaped 3 minor. What's the next cage shaped up from G? C, A, G, E. We're going to take an E minor shaped E minor, okay, not E minor, third minor. So it's going to be 7, 3, 5 right here. So instead of 3, 5, 7, all right, it would be right here. Here's 3, 5, 7. If you want to get that close to it, okay, and that's root. I mean, you could almost call that a G shape, starting from the third there. I'll mess it up if I play it, right? Starting from the third here, we have a minor third, and then we want to go to a major third, but it's warped over, so it's kind of a G shape, kind of. But I wouldn't consider it a G shape. That's not easy. We want something easy, so just take the next cage up. So we're gonna go from G minor, part of a G minor shape here, over to an E minor, because in cage G goes to E. When we're going to the right, we go along the cage letter C, A, G, E. There's your E minor. That's how you'd play that. That's shape fitting. But really, shape fitting is fitting the shape you want to get to, not going to a new shape. So there's a difference there. Alright, I just wanted to talk about the B shape a little bit. So it might help to look at the G shape first. Now remember, there's a reason why we use the long pattern on the G shape. And the reason why is because we have that lone wolf 7 right here that we can't get to because of the fret nut. Okay, so if this is your fret nut here, it goes like this, but diatonic would be, so we'd be doing a G shape, of course, on the bottom, G, and then G goes, fifth of G is D,